part of the Philippine continental shelf,
call it na
granting our
Philippine-
country sovereign rights over its seabed and subsoil
once again, I
for
have
natural
to be,
resource
once
exploitation
again,
and
I have
excavation.
to be
Yes,
very
Gentle Lady.
emphatic. The Benham Rice is part of the sovereign territory of the Republic. And in fact, we have renamed it to Philippine Rice.
Yes. Na ang Bajo de Masinloc ay integral na bahagi ng Philippine territory. And then just my last clarification, Gentle Lady, from a good sponsor, did I or did I not hear that Benham Rice is also not part of Philippine territory? Dahil sa pagkaintindi ko rin po, it is officially. Thank you very much, good sponsor. At maraming salamat din po, Mr. President.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Senator Risa.
Yeah.
May
Just
the,
to clarify, there is a distinction between territory versus maritime rights. Our maritime rights are very clearly extended to the Benham Rice and the Philippine Rice. So Senator Marcoleta wanted to clarify. I also wanted to inform the body that, in fact, China has already signed this treaty, which makes them party to this treaty and subject also to aligning themselves to the provisions and policies therein.
Maraming salamat po, good sponsor. Maraming salamat muli, Mr. President.
thank you, Senator Risa. May the presiding officer,
Yes.
just one point,
Sure.
because Senator Marcoleta made mention of the Kalayaan Island Group.
Okay.
There are 7 islands that compose the Kalayaan Island Group, the biggest of which is Pag-asa. Is Pag-asa covered under this treaty?
No, it's not in the high seas. So
That's my point, because the interpellator a while ago, Senator Marcoleta, made mention of the Kalayaan Island Group. And if I recall it right, remember it right, the distinguished sponsor answered in the affirmative na yung Kalayaan Island Group, high seas.
Ay,
That's
hindi
my
po.
understanding.
Baka hindi po nagkaintindihan. Definitely, the Kalayaan Island Group, all 7 of them, including Pag-asa Island, belong to the Philippines. At hindi ito bahagi ng high seas or nung seabed na tinatalakay nitong tratadong to.
Yeah. Thank you for the clarification. Majority Leader.
May we recognize our distinguished colleague from Taguig, Pateros, and the Republic of the Philippines, Senator Pahi.Ya Cayetano.
Senator Pahi.Ya Cayetano is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is actually a manifestation. Maybe I'll throw in a question or two, but it's really a manifestation to show my support, Your Honor, Mr. President. So I would like to manifest my support for our concurrence on the agreement under the UN Convention on the Law of the Seas on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biology diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. On a side note, yung pag-aral ng UNCLOS, kasama po yan sa curriculum namin sa UP College of Law. Napakahirap na topic, pinakamababa kong grade. So I am now excited na merong part niya na naiintindihan ko ng lubos-lubusan. Medyo simple lang naman to at maganda rin ho yung mga paliwanag ng ating sponsor. So that's why I'm very eager to express my support. This landmark treaty fills a critical gap in international maritime law. Kasi po, ever since itong UNCLOS naman, matagal nang nakasaad, it has firmly been established na maliwanag dyan ang rights and responsibilities ng mga member states within the maritime zone. But what has long left, it has long left biodiversity in the high seas, which is areas beyond national jurisdiction, without a clear, legally binding framework for conservation and sustainable use. The BBNJ Treaty responds to that urgent need. Tama po ba, Madam Sponsor, no? Yes. Na ang UNCLOS natin, covered naman, maliwanag naman yung rights and obligations within the jurisdiction. Pero beyond, question mark. Wala tayong guidelines pala dyan, wala tayong rules. Is that correct?
Yes, I suppose so, yes. And of course, we have to make the distinction, as Senator Marcoleta insisted, that maritime rights are distinct from territory. So,
Yes,
kinakailangan intindihin natin yung high seas at saka yung seabed na sakop nito.
Thank you for that clarification, Mr. President. For a maritime and archipelagic nation like the Philippines, this agreement is not abstract. It is practical, it is strategic, and it is necessary. One of the objectives is to ensure the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction for the present and in the long term through effective implementation of the relevant provisions of UNCLOS and further international cooperation and coordination. I understand that it also aims to regulate harmful activities like overfishing, deep sea mining, and pollution, even in areas beyond national borders, which help protect migratory fish stock and ecosystems connected to the Philippine waters. Nakinig po ako earlier dun sa mga tanong din ni Senator Kiko Pangilinan, yung concern niya sa mga fisher folks at klaro naman, para sa akin, klaro naman ang ang UNCLOS dito na when we protect this the resources beyond our jurisdiction, it will naturally have a positive effect for our fisher folks. Tama ho, di ba?
Yes, tama po. At alam ko, tulad ninyo, abalang-abala tayo sa SDG. At talagang lagi nilang sinasabi na lahat daw ng karagatan ng Pilipinas, lahat ng baybayin, overfished, na wala ng isda.
Yun na
Kasi hindi nga natin pinangangalagaan.
Yun na
At
nga.
kitang-kita po to sa Gensan, dati-rate, tayo yung world capital ng tuna. Number 1 po tayo sa buong daigdig. Ngayon, nangangarag tayo sa number 5. Ang dami pong cannery nagsasara, nawawalan ng trabaho. Ikalawa, abala rin tayo sa sinasabi na yung microplastics, pinakamarami raw dito sa karagatan ng Pilipinas. Puros basura yun, nakakahiya yun. At talagang malalaso ng isda at lahat ng diversity sa ating mga baybay.
Maiba lang saglit, nabanggit niyo yung microplastic, kaya nga ho pinupush ko yung gumamit tayo ng sariling tumbler
Tama.
natin. Pero kahit pala gawin natin yon na we are practicing, we are encouraging and we are actually using sustainable practices here, mamaya yung kinakain pala natin, puro microplastic
Oo
din.
oo nga.
Diba?
Sabi, nandun na daw sa mga isda, sa
Yun nga
dinami-dami nga ng basurang tinatapon natin sa dagat.
Exactly. So malaking bagay ho ito kasi no matter what each country does, and we are also surrounded by other countries that nakikita naman natin sa news na nag-aabala din naman sa kanilang sustainable practices. Pero dun sa open seas, kung walang nagbabantay dyan, wala tayong rules dyan, hindi na natin alam kung anong nangyayari doon. So talagang sa tingin ko po, this is a very welcome movement in the field of biodiversity protection and marine biodiversity. But which brings me to my next point, Mr. President. Marine biodiversity involves a variety of all living things in the ocean and areas and the seas, encompassing diversity at the genetic, species, and ecosystem level. So given this, I think natural, pag sinabi mong biodiversity, ang unang iniisip natin is yung sa dagat, no? Yung kalagayan ng ecosystem sa dagat. And so iniisip natin na Her Honor mentioned SDGs, that would be SDG 14, Life Below Water.
Life below water.
But what I'd like to point out as your chairperson of the Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Innovation, Futures Thinking, ang daming tinatamaan nitong UNCLOS amendment na ito dahil ang tinatamaan dito would be SDG 13, Climate Action, SDG 15, Life on Land, kasi nga affected yung buhay
Siyempre.
natin, yung livelihood ng mga fisher folk, tayo, yung mga kumakain ng mga nanggagaling dyan sa dagat. And dagdag ko na rin, kasi sinabi nga dito na the definition of marine biodiversity includes the genetic, species, and ecosystem level. So, pati yung mga research natin na baka nandun yung mga makakapagbigay sa atin ng solusyon sa mga iba-ibang sakit. Baka yun yung mga plants and yung mga living things doon, sila yung magbibigay sa atin ng kapalit ng plastic.
Tama.
You know,
At
it might be products that we can use that
At
are
kung
more
nakikita
sustainable.
po natin yung mga pharmaceuticals, biotechnology,
Doon.
ginagaya na ang kalikasan para
Exactly.
bigyan tayo ng gamot, ng
Exactly.
lunas sa iba't ibang sakit.
So obviously life on land, lahat ng ginagawa natin affected ngayon nitong pinapasa natin o nire-review natin. And then SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. Kasama nga ho kayong ba't nag-aaway-aaway ang mga bansa dahil nga your resources are yan na ang iyong kayamanan. So kung may lalamang dyan, porque mas malaki ang bansa, porque mas maraming malalaking barko, or mas nag-i-invest sa research, at least this will provide some rules on how we can also engage and also maximize these resources that belong to all of us. And then last two, Mr. President, SDG 17, SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Kasama na yun doon sa example na binigay ko na gumagamit tayo ng sustainable products. Baka nga galing dyan sa dagat ang ibang solutions natin. And finally, SDG 17, Partnerships for the goal. So ito po yung partnerships ng government to government, government and local government with other governments, research institutes, international institutes, private companies, lahat ho to would all be affected, would all be interested in exploring, and for some, taking advantage of what's there. So this is very important that we form these important partnerships.
Maganda pong nabanggit ni Senator Pia to dahil dinidiin nitong tratadong to yung mga IP, yung indigenous peoples who live in the coast or on water, yung ating mga badyaw, yung
Yes.
iba't ibang talagang lumulusong sa
Yes.
karagatan. Meron silang mga knowledge, meron rin silang mga data, meron rin silang impormasyon na kailangan galangin at protektahan.
Tama. So this will also, what Her Honor is saying, if I understand correctly, is that as those who are able exploit these resources, meron din ngayong guidelines na magbibigay protection sa mga kapareho natin na mga kababayan na they live near the water and they have traditions and customs and livelihood that need to be protected. Yun ho yun.
Yes, that's right. And we can also derive techniques, protective efforts, and different technology from them. May mga IP technology na ginagaya na po ngayon.
Thank you. So with that, Your Honor, I reiterate my support for our concurrence on the agreement under the UNCLOS on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. Thank you so much to the sponsor for patiently answering my questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Cayetano.
Thank you. Majority Leader.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. President. No other member wishes to interpolate the measure. I move to close the period of interpolations.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the period of interpellation is hereby terminated.
Mr. President, I move to open the period of amendments, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the period of amendment is open.
I believe the good sponsor has an amendment, Mr. President, for her.
Kindly proceed, distinguished sponsor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Majority Leader. I have a single amendment in the title of the resolution so that it should read concurring in the ratification. Dagdag lang po, ratification of the. And then the rest will be agreement under the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. So, yun lang po ang isang amendment.
Is that a motion?
Yes, Mr. President, I move to approve her motion, Mr. President.
Senator Pangilinan is
Yes,
recognized.
Senator Pangilinan, I'm sorry, Mr. President, I didn't see him raise his hand.
Nations, here.
Yes, just a clarification on the amendment, with the permission of, if the senator from Ilocos Norte is willing to.
Yes, it was just an omission because this has actually been ratified already in 2023, but the Senate is presently concurring in the ratification. Nakalimutan po yung ratification of the agreement.
Okay, so this was ratified
Oo,
in 2023
oo.
by the,
By the President, I believe. Tama? The President, no? Yes.
okay, and therefore the Senate is concurring with the
it has to proceed to the Senate for concurrence because it's a treaty, as we know.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Madam Senator.
I think in certain copies, just to observe, I think Senator Marcoleta noticed that United Nations did not have an S. So other copies contain the S. In any case, obviously,
Subject is
United Nations contains an S.
Yes. So there being no objection to the motion of Senator Imee on her amendment, Mr. President, I move that we approve the amendment.
You move to close the point of amendment?
No, just the amendment proposed by Senator Imee.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Thank you, Mr. President. There being no other members who wish to propose amendments, I move to close the period of amendments, both
Any
individual and
objection?
committee.
Hearing none, the period of amendment is hereby terminated.
With that, Mr. President, I move to approve on second reading proposed Senate Resolution number 127, subject to style, Mr. President.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Proposed Senate Resolution number 127 is approved on second reading.
Thank you, Mr. President, and therefore we can proceed to third reading as this is a resolution and treaty. With the permission of the body, we may proceed to vote on session suspended for 1 minute.
Session is suspended.
Chair hears none. The motion is to vote on third reading. Senate Resolution 127 contained in Committee Report Number 1, and because it is for third reading, the Senate Secretary is authorized and shall proceed with the roll call vote.
Roll call vote. The Honorable Senator Aquino. Senator Cayetano Alan. Senator Cayetano Pia. Senator De La Rosa. Senator Ejercito. Senator Escudero. Senator Estrada. Senator Gatchalian. Senator Go. Senator Ontiveros. Senator Lacson. Senator Lapid.
Binibigay sa atin on time? Mr. President, my
Hindi
apologies.
naman.
We still have a
Na-delay lang.
kulang ng kape, Mr. President. Kulang ng kape.
All right.
Mr. President, pursuant to Rule 10, Section 13 of the Rules of the Senate, I move to elect the members of the following committees. All na to? All? Okay. For the Committee on... Wait. For the Committee on Games and Amusements, we, of course, the chairperson, Senator Erwin Tulfo. Members are the
Erwin
vice...
Tulfo.
Sorry, Erwin Tulfo. Thank you.
Muntik na mapunta kay Rafi.
Vice Chairperson, Senator Christopher Bongo, Senator Bato de la Rosa, and then on Deputy, of course, there are two Deputy Majority Leaders, Senator J.V. Heto, Senator Risa Ontiveros. The members are Senator Rafi Tulfo, Senator Mark Villar, Senator Lito Lapid, Senator Kiko Pangilinan. We're still waiting for the members of the minority, and of course, the Deputy Minority Leader and all the three ex-officio members, Mr. President.
Any objections? Chair hears none. The enumerated names are hereby elected
Mr.
into the
President,
Committee on Games and Amusement.
Committee on Games. Mr. President, I move to elect the members as well of the Committee on Higher Technical Vocational Education. First and foremost, of course, the chairperson is Senator Lauren Legarda. The vice chairpersons are Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Win Gatchalian, of course, the two deputy majority leaders, Senator J.V. Heto, Senator Risa Ontiveros. Members on the part of the majority are Senator Pia Cayetano, Senator Kiko Pangilinan, Senator Rafi Tulfo, and Senator Mark Villar. We're still waiting for the members of the minority, Mr. President, and of course, Senator Joel Villanueva, our Deputy Minority Floor Leader, and the three ex-officio members, I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, enumerated names are hereby elected into the Committee on Higher Technical and Vocational Education.
Mr. President, I move that we elect the members of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs. The chairperson is Senator J.V. Heto. The vice chairperson, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Christopher Bongo. The deputy majority leader, Senator Risa Ontiveros. The members are Senator Erwin Tulfo, Senator Win Gatchalian, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Lauren Legarda, Senator Rafi Tulfo. We're still waiting for the members of the minority, Mr. President, and the deputy minority leader, Senator Joel Villanueva, and the three ex-officio members.
Any objection? Hearing none, enumerated names are hereby elected into the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs.
Mr. President, I move that we elect the members of the Committee on Social Justice, Welfare, and Rural Development. The chairperson, of course, is Senator Erwin Tulfo. The vice chairperson, Senator Christopher Bongo, Senator Imee Marcos, and the two deputy majority leaders, Senator J.V. Heto, Senator Risa Ontiveros. the members of the party majority, Senator Lapid, Senator Gatchalian, and Senator Pangilinan. We're still waiting for the minority members, Mr. President, but the Deputy Minority Leader is also here, Senator Joel Villanueva, and the 3 ex officio members, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none. The enumerated names are hereby elected into the Committee on Social Justice, Welfare, and Rural Development.
And Mr. President, on the part of the Committee on Trade, Commerce, and Entrepreneurship, I move that we elect the members. Of course, the chairperson is Senator Rodante Marcoleta, and the members are Senators Kiko Pangilinan, Senator J.V. Ejercito, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Cayetano, Senator Win Gatchalian, Senator Lauren Legarda, Senator Mark Villar. The part of the minority, Senator Joel Villanueva, Senator Christopher Bongo, Senator Imee Marcos, and the 3 ex officio members. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none. Enumerated names are hereby elected into the Committee on Trade.
May I ask for a minute suspension, Mr. President?
Session suspended. Enumerated names are elected into the Committee on Culture.
Mr. President, I move that we elect as well members of the Committee on Economic Affairs. On the part of the minority, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, Senator Imee Marcos, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, and Senator Joel Villanueva as Deputy Minority Leader.
What committee is this?
Committee on Economic Affairs, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, the enumerated names are elected into the Committee on Economic Affairs.
Mr. President, on the part of may I ask, why is energy only one name? Senator Gola? Tapos na ba yung energy? There's only one name. Wala. Okay. Yes, Mr. President, on the, may we elect the members of the Committee on Energy, Mr. President, on the part of the minority, Senator Christopher Lawrence Go, Senator Jingo Estrada, Senator Imee Marcos, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Marcoleta, and Deputy Minority Floor Leader, Senator Joel Villanueva. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, enumerated names are elected into the Committee on Energy.
Mr. President, I move that we elect as well the members of the Committee on Labor and Employment, Human Resource Development. On the part of the minority, Senator Christopher Lawrence Go, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Senator Jingo Estrada, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, and the Deputy Minority Floor Leader, Senator Joel Villanueva. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, the enumerated names are elected into the Committee on Labor.
Mr. President, I move that we elect the members on the part of the minority for the Committee on Public Works. They are Senator Christopher Bongo, Senator Imee Marcos, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, and Senator Joel Villanueva as Deputy Minority Floor Leader.
Any objection? Chair hears none. Enumerated names are hereby elected into the Committee on Public Works.
Mr. President, I move that we elect the members of the part of the minority on the Committee on Tourism. They are Senators Christopher Bongo, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Senator Jingo Estrada, Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Marcoleta Rodante, and Senator Joel Villanueva, our Deputy Minority Leader.
Any objection? Hearing none, enumerated names are elected into the Committee on Tourism.
Mr. President, I move that we elect as well members of the minority in the Committee on Women, Children, and Family Relations. They are Senators Christopher Lawrence Bongo, Senator Imee Marcos, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, and Senator Joel Villanueva's Deputy Minority Leader.
Any objection? Hearing none, the enumerated names are elected into the Committee on Women.
Mr. President, I move that we elect the members of the